My truck has been coming on and off with the check engine light. It comes on and off when it wants to. As you guys can see, the cylinder 4 misfired detected, and the O2 sensor heater circuit bank 1 sensor 3. So we're going to be checking that today. This is for the PO304. So we're going to check the spark plugs out and see what's going on with them. I'm going to check this spark plug because it's the easiest one to get to. It's right here. So I'm going to pull this out. It won't come out. Can't get it out, so I'm going to use my pliers here. Oh shit, that's not good.
Well, no, sometimes they can be stubborn, and that wire might have been on there for a million years.
The end of this wire is still on the plug. We're gonna have to pull the tip off of the spark plug, which is a little hard to see. Is that what that was?
That's just what the wire goes into.
This is what happens when the plugs have not been changed in a while. They can break off. So we're gonna repair it or replace it. This is the spark plug socket I'm gonna be using. It's 5/8. Okay, now it's not turning. Put it in here. I'm gonna use my 3/8 ratchet. Put it in there. Great. Oh shit. Now I'm gonna just pop my ratchet off here. Alright. Yep, there it is. There's my spark plug. I honestly don't know the last time that this was replaced. I don't know the history of all my spark plugs, so what I'm gonna do is go ahead and replace all 6 of them. I'm gonna go with the Iranian plugs here today because you're gonna get a little bit more life out of them than the platinums. And I won't be doing this shit again in 2 years. We're gonna put a dab of antiseize on the plug right on the end of the threads. This way, when we go to take it out the next time, it's gonna be easier. What I'm gonna do is stick this into the spark plug tool to help me get it in there. I'm gonna go back down here. It's hard to see down here, so you kind of gotta go by the feel of it. There we go. It's in there now. I'm gonna get it as tight as I can with my fingers. Tight now. Now when you tighten these plugs up, you don't want to go super tight. I'm going to use this little stubby ratchet so I don't go crazy, tighten it all up. That's pretty good right there. Pull that out. And pull my socket off. Now we're just going to go right down the road one at a time. This is going to be a motherfucking bitch. I got to get in there and change them, so here we go. There it is. I think it's on there. Come on. And I'll walk it off with my fingers. Just grab it. Okay. This ratchet I don't like. Taking out the 3rd plug here. It's all the way in the back. It's a bitch to get to. I just kind of want to wiggle it back and forth until that motherfucker comes loose. There it is. I got these 3 spark plugs done, so I'm going to do the other side now. I'm going to take this off right here and get it out of my way so that I can see what I'm doing. I don't have to take this all the way off. This right here is my Airbox, so I'm going to pull that off. I got a clip here. I'm going to unclip this And I got a clip on the other side. It's real easy, it just comes right on off. There we go. I'm gonna flip this up out of the way here. I'm not gonna unplug anything. And I got room to maneuver down there. I'm gonna pull this out so I can get a better camera angle. But you guys don't have to. Here, I'm on the other side now, so I'm gonna pull these two wires. See this one and this one, and then there's this one back here that I gotta pull out too. So I'm gonna go ahead and do all three of them. Jesus Christ, come on, motherfucker. Alright, let's see if we get the other one out. It's like stuck. Alright, this is my last wire. Come on! Piece of shit. Come on. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna take my spark plug out here. Oh. I have new wires here because I had to replace mine because when I pulled mine off, a couple of them broke, so I had to replace them and I have to click them back in, and when you push it in you'll hear a click. I'm doing the same thing as I did on the other side. I gotta put these back on, so same thing. I feel for it. Alright, do my second one here. There we go. This is the one that started the whole fucking thing. There we go. You heard the click, right? I'm gonna put back all my ductwork in Airbox. There we go. Tighten this back up. I'm gonna line these up into the holes down here, if y'all can see. Make sure it fits. And I'm gonna put the bracket back on, push that down, come over here, do the same thing on this side. The last thing I gotta do is turn the check engine light off, so let's go do that. Clear faults on ECU. Seems to be running good. Let's take this puppy for a ride. Truck through the PO304. I was quoted like 300 bucks to fix it. And I bought all the parts from Rock Auto, and I fixed it for about 40 bucks. These are the tools I use. This is like a 3/8 ratchet. The little spark plug socket. This is 5/8. I got another spark plug socket with a swivel end. I also use this little screwdriver here. I also had some channel locks. Get the wires off. And I got the big 3/8 ratchet right here. You fix it yourself. It's not that hard. It's actually easy once you start doing it. And I guess that's about it. Yeah.
I got some other things I want to throw in here too. Now when I was behind the camera, I didn't see that the pliers that she was using had slipped off the boot and was actually pulling on the wire itself. And it pulled the wire out of the boot. Now it wouldn't have been fair to you guys to keep that part out of it, you know, and make everything look like it was super easy, because that stuff does happen in real life. on this pickup right here, our pickup. Back when I replaced the plug wires on this thing way back in the day, the same thing happened. Tool slipped off and ended up grabbing the wire and pulled the wire right out of the boot. We didn't show replacing the plug wires because I want to make that its own video. There's some ways I have to test them and stuff like that that I want to show. So we'll be addressing that at a later time. Another thing is we skipped the diagnosis for a couple of reasons. You know how I roll. Usually we test everything before we replace any parts. The problem with this truck was that the PO304 was very intermittent. If we had taken out the spark plug on number 4 and just say swapped it with number 2, it could have been weeks before the misfire code came back, which told us that the spark plug was bad. So we just went ahead and replaced it. And a lot of times what you find is if you don't know the history of stuff like that, you don't know when the last time the plugs were changed, or it might have been a couple years, you're a lot better off just replacing them anyway. I waited a month before this video was released just to make sure that the truck was in fact fixed. We kept in touch. The PO304 has not come back, so we're good to go there. Now coming up, me and her teamed up again to take on that PO147 for the O2 heater circuit, and that's going to be coming up in a later video. But coming up next, why would a mechanic need sandwich bags when he's working on a car? Well, stay tuned to find out why. So there you have it. Like I said, she did all the work. Maybe she did use some of my tools and I guided her a little bit, but when it was all said and done, she replaced the spark plugs herself, saved a couple hundred in the process. So that about does it. Thanks for watching. If you've already subscribed, thanks again, and if you haven't, subscribe to my shit. You think it'd be funny if I said sandwich bags? Not just for breaking a brick down?
No.
Come on, man. Where's your sense of humor?
Nope.
Look at that face. Yeah, Captain Serious. Oh, I do want to say one other thing, man.
What's that?
Being on that side of the camera that you're on,
Yeah.
that's hard work, man. I never realized how much work that is, so good job. I can't believe you're what, like 60-some videos behind that camera now? Shit, I did that one and I was like, man, fuck this. This shit's hard.
Thank you.
Hey, so big ups to my camera woman, Miss Barber.